kind of leads to my next topic I want to discuss with you, because this is something that's really, and I'm gonna tell you, I want people to hear me that this is real. This is what we're talking about is real life, and there's something I want to discuss, and we've discussed this on the show before, is about men living on the down low. And to me, the down low has a face, a negative persona that is always black men. But realistically, this is an issue that covers all walks of life, all ethnics,
all races. Yeah.
Yeah. And I want you to touch on that, because there's a lot of women, they want to sit up here and say, oh, my man doesn't get down like that. My man don't get down with that punk stuff. My man is 100%, excuse my terminology, I got 100% niggas. My man would never do some stuff like that. That's just on TV. That's, they think that they the biggest and they the baddest, and they don't have to worry about that. But you know what? Your man could be laying up with another man right now, or could be out here with no trans.
We used to get together.
Touch on that. Yeah.
We used to get together, about 20 of us sometimes, after working 4 or 5 in the morning, go to a diner. And they would sit there and say, guess who I saw tonight? Y'all know that guy on TV who's the newscaster? I saw him. And then you say who you saw. You would just be so surprised at the different races of men, judges, lawyers, doctors, NBA, NFL, football, athletes, disc jockeys, hip-hop, singers, rappers, that would engage. And then you would see these people on TV making jokes about anti-LGBT stuff. And you would sit there and almost laugh to yourself like, this guy is unreal. On Saturday night, he's roaming around 14th Street in his fancy car, but on Monday, he's making gay jokes or anti-LGBT jokes about something that he's actively engaging in. It's almost like a Jekyll and a Hyde personality. It's almost like you don't even realize who the same guy is. It's, I just saw you Saturday night. Are you joking me? And then you see him standing next to his wife and his children, and you say to yourself, my goodness, how crazy is this? And I mean, as the years went on, it didn't faze me who would and would not. But in the beginning, I was like, my God, the type of men that come out here are rappers, athletes, bankers, judges, all walks of life, all races. It was amazing. And I hear about, women who say, oh, I tell every woman I know, and I hang out with several women I love dearly, any man they date, I tell them to ask the man up front, are you or have you been bisexual?
Wow.
I'm going to give you that chance to tell me now, so there won't be no confusion 6 months from now. Mm-hmm. If something comes down, you say, by the way, I say ask him out front, say, are you or have you ever been bisexual? And see what they say.
Let me ask you this. Why do you think that women are afraid to have these conversations with these men? What's the problem now?
I have good female friends who say, if I ask that question and he say yes, I might like him a lot, but then I'm conflicted do I really want to be with a man who's bisexual, who said he may not do it again, or done it once in college, or did it once on a team, or once here or there? Does he have that tendency to do it again? I say, I don't know. But now you have the information to make your decision. You know he has or will be bisexual again. Now, a lot of them will lie, and that you cannot get around. But at least you ask the question, so it can never come back to say, I asked you, were you bisexual, or have you ever been bisexual in the beginning of this relationship? And that I do not want to be with a bisexual man. That was my right, and that was your chance to tell me that you had, instead of burdening me with something that I don't even want to be a part of.
Yeah.
I don't know why more women don't do that.
Yeah.
They think, oh, he's so masculine, he's so good looking, he's so this. They come in all forms. Some of them are naughty feminine. Some of them are man. Some of them play football and knock people down. Kickboxing can really beat you up. So, I mean, it comes in all forms. They're not all effeminate and show signs of bisexuality. It's a question I think every woman should ask her future boyfriend and or future husband. Are you bisexual, or have you ever been bisexual in your life? Eye to eye. And see what they say.
Wow.
I recommend that to all my girlfriends, and they do it. And one recently just found out, the guy said, "Oh, I did it in college. I never do it again." So, "Oh, you did it in college?" Well, I was in law school. We fucked around. This guy was very feminine. He was, we were friends. We were law school partners. Blah 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 blah. And now she had to make a decision, and her decision was, if he did it once while they were drinking, what would stop him from drinking again and doing it again?
Wow.
So there's obviously something there. He liked it. He allowed it. So what does that mean? So, I tell everybody to ask that question. Everywhere I speak, I tell every woman, please ask your future boyfriend and or husband, before you birth his children, before you, clean his home, you get a life, and find out that you're with a man for 8 years and he's been having sex with other people. That is very devastating. You feel deceived. You feel hurt. And I understand that. I think you should know beforehand, instead of having 3 kids to find out your man is, in fact, on the down low.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have probably about three more questions, and I'm gonna open it up to my panel because this has been a really good conversation. It was about 3-4 years ago. I had the opportunity. I had the privilege to interview Terrence Dean. He has a book out too called Hiding in Hip Hop, and I really enjoyed that book. That opened up my eyes, and it kind of like, man, it was kind of brings home the point. Like, and now that I see that you have a book out that kind of mirrors those same issues about the homophobia in hip hop, and also just in the entertainment industry where there is a lot of secrecy. Can you kind of touch on that? Like, what do you think about the issue of homophobia in hip hop? And also, I'm kind of going to get on the about some of the people in the book that you named. And I didn't want to make the whole interview about that, but I kind of do want to touch on that. But what do you feel about, is there homophobia in hip hop? And is it kind of ironic that exists, even though there have been numerous claims out here of a lot of people that are living that life on the DL or living that life in the closet?
20 years later, rappers, DJs, models, hip-hop, were doing it then. I'm no longer in that scene now, but the young ladies are telling me who are in that scene, my young, beautiful sisters who are hanging out in that scene, they're seeing the young hip-hop, rap, rhythm and blues singer type guy still. I don't know why it was prevalent then, 20 years ago, and it's still prevalent now. Media Takeout, Diary of a Hollywood Street King is always every week throwing out another name. Some of them possibly true, some of them maybe not. But it's still a very secret, down low community of rappers and hip-hop and R&B singers. I don't know why, but it is, especially with my sisters and the rappers and hip-hop guys. They tend to be attracted to the transgender community. They identify a lot with them sexually and seek them out in terms of hanging out, having sex, being on the down low. Why that is, I don't know. I can't explain it, but it happened 20 years ago when I did, as you all know, I didn't mention the name per se in the book, but I did talk about rapper LL Cool J, comedian Eddie Murphy, and disc jockey DJ Mr. C, who has had an article come out in GQ and say he's basically transgender obsessed. So, he's already admitted and been arrested 6 times for soliciting transgender prostitutes. When the time I wrote the book, I didn't know he'd already been arrested twice for soliciting transgender prostitutes, and now I think at that point it's like 6 times he's been arrested for soliciting transgender prostitutes. He never wanted anything else. I saw him hundreds of times years ago in the 97 van and in his car. He just sought oral gratification, would pay you well, treat you nice. He never, as nice as a client can treat a prostitute. You got paid for a service, and that was that. I mean, I called him one of my best clients. I saw him weekly until eventually he moved on from me to somebody else.